Hello Internet, my name is Fallen, and today I'm going to be speedrunning Heroes of the Storm in the Warrior % category. Essentially how this category works is we're going to be running through 3 maps with no allied heroes and no enemy heroes, trying to get through these maps as fast as we can, just us against the map. We're going to be running through 3 maps. We're going to do Brax's Holdout, Warhead Junction, and Battlefield of Eternity. Really, these can be any 3 in the rotation currently. I just found that with our current setup with Artanis, that's what works out best in most cases. Hopefully we can get some good RNG this run, and hopefully we can get a record out of this if possible. Now, the timing for this category starts on the first map, which is going to be Brax's Holdout. It's going to start when the countdown timer at the very beginning of the game hits 0, and timing will end on Battlefield of Eternity, our final map, when the core falls down. And again, hopefully we get some good RNG in this run. So with Brax's Holdout, the Zerg Wave can really be the big part of RNG for this part. It can either start on the bottom or the top, and you figure that out a little bit into the game. Hopefully it happens in the bottom, that's where we're going to start out, and hopefully that's where the Zerg start with us.
Systems online. 10 seconds. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So at level 1 we picked up a talent called Amateur Opponent. Essentially what that does is it increases our W's effectiveness against non-player targets, which in a speedrun setting like this, every target we are going to have is going to be non-player. So that just increases our damage output a huge amount. So we're going to wait for the first minion wave to start out here. Gonna slice down this minion wave, and then our main goal here is to push this minion wave that we have into the opponent's first defenses. Get them to tank out the first little bit, and then after that we can actually tank it out just fine ourselves. Artanis is an incredibly effective character in this run, just because of how durable he is more than anything else. With his passive ability giving him shields, he can survive a lot of things, while also doing a lot of damage to structures as well. And we're a little bit unlucky in that the Zerg are going to be pushing down the top lane, so this pushing that we're doing right now is only effective for experience, really. But you know what, that's alright. We're just going to wait to head to the top lane until the beacon spawn. That way we can head up there, auto-rotation up anyways. And although this is a little bit of a time loss, it's not huge. Again, we got some good experience out of the bottom lane, and that'll just help us with getting some other talents a little bit earlier on. Come on. It's always a little bit annoying when the minions don't push up when you want them to, but that's alright. We've got a really large minion wave, which is actually going to be really good for this push. And we should still at least be able to get the wall down by the time the Zerg come around. But yeah, like I said, that Amateur Opponent talent is really putting in work here. Just look at how quickly we take down those structures, and it's going to even be more so when we start going for the heavier structures, like this fort here. So we want to take down these structures that are firing on the Zerg as quickly as we can. That way we can try to just keep our Zerg wave alive as long as we can as well. Yeah, really anything that can kill Zerg, we want to just get rid of it as quickly as we can. Yeah, the bigger Zerg wave we have, the more damage we have on the core, which means the game ends a little bit faster, which, for this kind of thing, always a good thing. Alright, we've still got a good-sized Zerg wave coming into the keep here. Yeah, just gonna go straight for this thing. Still have 2 Ultralisks, well 1 Ultralisk now. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're actually going to head to the back side of the core. And there's a very specific reason for this. Artanis, like I said previously, is a very durable character, especially with the talent we just picked up, which increases our shielding at low health. This shielding increase is actually so substantial that at this point in the game, if it's just the core that's hitting us, we can survive almost indefinitely if we're attacking the core. And that's actually going to be very helpful on some of the later maps as well. But yeah, the main reason why we do this is while we can survive the core, we actually can't survive the core and the minion wave at the same time. Alrighty, we got a 422 on Brax's holdout. Time to head to Warhead Junction. Alrighty. And round 2 begins. So again, we're looking at a little bit of RNG on Warhead Junction. We're going to be starting out in the middle lane. The primary reason for this is it's the shortest lane, means that the minions have to travel less distance before they get to wherever you need them to go. Because of that, we also want the warheads to spawn in the middle lane as well. Ideally, we're going to see a warhead pop up here on the mini-map, right where my cursor's at. That doesn't always happen, but if it does, we're going to be in a good spot for this particular run.
Time remaining 10 seconds.
Actually, if that doesn't happen, we might just head to a different lane and start pushing down that lane instead.
1.
Yeah, that warhead just makes a huge amount of difference in a push, because we're only going to use probably 1 warhead, and that's going to be to take down the keep. It won't take the keep down entirely, but it'll weaken it up enough that we can usually one-cycle it with a minion wave. And again, we're just going to be using our minion wave to push down this initial tier of defenses. And it looks like we got a little bit of bad luck, so we're actually going to be rotating to the top lane here very quickly, because that is where our warhead's going to be. Which again, it's going to be a little bit of a time loss, but yeah, what can you do when you get a little bit of bad luck? Now the primary thing that we want to watch for in these cases, with the fort and the keep in particular for this map, is we want to make sure that we don't get hit by it ourselves. We want to make sure that every hit from a fort or a keep goes to a minion. And the main reason for that is forts and keeps have an aspect to them that actually slows down your attack speed whenever they hit you. So as Artanis, when our survivability is coming entirely from attacking minions, buildings, whatever, it just completely destroys our survivability to the point where it's actually easier to survive the core on Artanis than it is to survive a keep. Kind of a weird way to think about that, but yeah, that actually does happen. So yeah, I can tank this minion wave just fine. And actually them attacking me is great because it means it's not attacking our minion wave, which means that our minion wave can survive just a little bit longer as well. Take a few more shots for us. And it looks like we actually might be able to one-cycle this building. Which is always what you want to see, is being able to one-cycle a fort. Yeah, this is just fine. Alright, perfect. And right in time for the warheads. And I believe it's at about 13 or 12 seconds that we want to head to the warhead from this position. So we'll mount up. Actually, yeah, that's still a little bit early. I'm not quite as used to the timing in the top lane as I am in the middle lane, that's for sure. Yeah, actually in the middle lane, the minion wave pushes up a little bit further at this point than it does in the top lane. Alright, and again, we're going to be using this warhead to push down the keep. So yeah, we're just going to go straight to that. Again, keeping the minion wave with us. But once we get this wave softened up a little bit, we can actually move a little bit forward. And we're going to try to hit all of these buildings.
Nuclear launch.
And that'll soften up these turrets a little bit as well. And again, we're going to just kind of go to the side of the keep here. That way when the minions spawn, they target us, not our own minion wave. And that'll allow us to actually take down this keep in one cycle again. And we're going to just cleave through this last wave, trying to get level 7 here if we can. I think we'll be able to, actually. And the main reason for level 7 right now is so we can get our final ability that we're going to get in this run, Follow Through. And what Follow Through does is whenever we use an ability, it increases our basic attack damage. Now, our W is ability, and it uses the basic attack, so that damage actually does get multiplied up. And again, we're just going to see just how durable Artanis can be in this situation, especially once he gets to below 25% health. And all we have to do is just make sure that we're spamming the W, getting every single auto attack we can. And since the minions aren't targeting us, we are in actually really good shape right now. And with the amount that we're auto-attacking and the damage that the core is doing, we can actually have it only hit our shields at this point, which is kind of a nice feeling. Yeah, once our shields go down, they just pop right back up again since we've auto-attacked enough. Okay, that's number 2. And last but not least, we have Battlefield of Eternity, and right now we are on pace for world record. So hopefully that continues to go well. Battlefield of Eternity, create game. Now, with the previous 2 maps, we've chosen them because of the objectives on the maps. For Abraxas Holdout, we have the Zerg that's going to push down with us, whereas for Warhead Junction, we have the nukes, which are going to help us with our pushing power as well. With Battlefield of Eternity, this is actually going to be completely independent of the objective on the map. You would think that Artanis would be really good at pushing down the objective, which he is, albeit. I will say that, but there's actually something much more valuable to us in the bottom lane, in particular. And so what we're going to be doing is very quickly into the game, after we push down probably this wall here, is a mercenary camp will spawn here, and that's going to be a siege mercenary camp. Now, this particular kind of siege camp will outrange a lot of things, meaning that we can use it to enhance our push a lot more, do a lot of additional damage, and hopefully push down some buildings faster. Alrighty. And just like every other map, we're going to try to wait for our minions. Artanis is very durable, but at level 1, tanking both those towers is still a lot for him to handle. It isn't really until his level 4 talent that we can really exploit just how durable Artanis is. And that's fine. We don't really need him to be that durable until that point anyways. Alright. And 1 tower is just fine for us to tank down. It's really not that bad, especially with the minion wave so close. Okay, and now that we don't have any towers attacking our minions, we'll be heading down here and grabbing this camp. And again, our amateur opponent talent at level 1 also works on mercenaries as well, meaning that these guys fall down very quickly, just like anything else. Yeah, this is actually going really well for the siege camp as well. And our own wave is pushed up pretty good still. And that's why we take down the towers initially, is so we can keep that wave pushed up until our minions get here. Well, our siege camp, I mean, not our minions. Well, our minions too. We like a lot of things pushing. Well, we're not going to be too picky here. But yeah, the siege camp, with the range that it has, just is fantastic at tearing through things. Okay, and I've actually made a mistake there. I allowed the minion wave to target my minion wave, which actually destroyed my minion wave. Which is going to be a little bit of time loss, but that's alright. And that just, again, goes to show you how important it is to make sure that when it comes to these buildings, you are the target of the minions, while the minions are the target of the building itself. Alright. There's a shield surge. Now we can potentially push down the core. But before we have access to the core, we need to push down the keep. So, again, we're just going to keep pushing down this lane. Use the minion wave that we've already got built up. At this point, we can take towers just fine. The only thing that we're really having troubles with right now would probably be a keep. And again, that's just because of its attack speed slow that it has. Okay, actually, that was a little bit more damage than I was expecting. We'll just wait for the minion wave to come back. Alright, I guess I stand corrected on the durability in that situation in particular. But that's alright, we have a couple of regen globes here. That'll save us a little bit of damage. And again, we're just gonna tank through this whole thing. And ideally I'll pick up a regen globe here, just kind of as a safety thing more than anything, just in case there's an unexpected power shot or something like that I'd take. And it also helps with my mana condition as well. Yeah, and I'm gonna grab this regen globe as well. And I'm gonna just tank the minion wave here. Oh jeez, that's not good. And you see I took a tower shot there and my attack speed just got completely destroyed there. It's alright though, we should still be able to take down this building just fine. Get the follow through again. Ooh. I don't like being this low on mana, so I'm going to need at least one more regen globe to be safe. Alright. And I'm just going to try to get this siege camp all the way in as well before we start the final push. And again, we're just going to position around the back. That way we don't get minions in our way. And another benefit of the siege camp, it's actually going to keep the wave pushed up, meaning that minions are going to be able to be hopefully taking a couple of shots from me. I will be just fine at this point. I'm going to be able to tank this really till the end of time, as long as I keep attacking. Alrighty, and time is going to be coming up here very shortly. Okay. Siege camp went down. And there we see the cord take a shot at a minion. Doesn't really matter, but if the minions can get a little bit of extra damage in, that's always helpful. Alrighty. And time. 1908 essentially, and that right there is a new world record for the Warrior Percent category. I'd like to just say thank you for anybody who's watching this. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully we can set some more records on another time. I'm going to be trying to run the Warrior Percent again, trying to beat this time. I'm also going to be trying to run the Assassin Percent as well. If you have any comments that you'd like to share, any new strategies that you can think of, please let me know. And until the next time, thank you again for watching.